You're listening to the audio production of Ford, written by Susan May Warren and read by James L. Rubart. Chapter 1. If Ford didn't get his head in the game, they were doomed. People were going to die. Probably him. And maybe his teammates, fellow SEAL operators with Team 3, right here on the rugged shoreline of the Caspian Sea, in the democratic Muslim state of Azerbaijan. The team had dropped in sometime before 0:30, making their way toward a cluster of buildings that made up Vigio, an international boarding school perched on the seaside cliff. By the time the sun rose, Ford was crouched in the shadows beside the gymnasium doors. It might have been a beautiful July morning, striations of crimson and burnt orange casting over the dark rolls of the Caspian Sea, if it weren't for the smoke that billowed from the still-burning chapel, the terrorists' first stop in their takeover of the school. It soured the air, and the longer Ford waited, the more his gut roiled with the fact that children had died inside that chapel. 12 more children remained hostage in the gymnasium of the ancient stone and marble building. The team's job? Get in, eliminate the hostage takers, secure the packages, and evacuate. A mission that demanded his full attention. Except, he shouldn't be here. Not right now. Right now, he should be finding and extricating his sister from the clutches of the FSB, former KGB, somewhere in Russia. So maybe his imagination had run a little wild with the word Russia. But 2 days ago, CNN had reported the attempted assassination of Russian General Boris Stanislav. Providentially, the accused, still at large, shooter, was caught on a fuzzy street camera, and the image looked insanely like his twin, Ruby Jane. Right. Not for a moment. And sure, he hadn't talked to her, really talked, for years. But she was a travel agent. So she'd probably taken some hapless tourist on an excursion and ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Crazy. Still, the thought of naive RJ now missing and on the run from the SFB was enough to tangle his brain. Where was his sister? And was she, please God, still alive? The question felt like enough of a basis for personal leave as anything he could conjure up. But according to Chief Nez, the last thing the U.S. needed was a Navy SEAL running across shaky borders and into a country that was getting chillier by the moment. So instead of rescuing his sister, Ford was stuck waiting for the go command from one Lieutenant General Mohammed Shannon, the leader of the Interior Guard. Yay. Ford had a bad feeling from the moment Ford's SEAL team said,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?